Okay, in this video, we are looking at finding the volume of concrete and the eventual overall cost of that concrete poured over a rectangular area of 20 feet by 13 feet with a semicircular area with a diameter of 13 feet, which makes sense because it matches the width of the the rectangle, and poured to have a depth of 3 inches. The concrete can only be bought in quarter or 0.25 cubic yard increments and cost $180 per cubic yard. What is the total cost? Our conversions that are going to be helpful here eventually are 1 foot equals 12 inches and 1 yard equals 3 feet. So this also goes back to the 5.3 quiz. If you have yet to do that or get a score that you like on it, I strongly advise you go back and do that. First, the circle area. Circle area is pi r, and my r here, radius, is what the r stands for. It would be half of the diameter. It would be 6.5. Sorry that I'm not writing super neat there. So that's a 6.5 squared. I'll make that neater. There we go. So we got radius squared, and that'll give us the area of this circle. We'll get that with the calculator here in a second. A moment, I lie. The rectangle area is faster and easier. It's length times width, or base times height. So it's our 13 by 20. And this will be an exact number. The other number is going to be approximated. So real quick on my calculator, I'm hitting the pi button. And I'm doing 6.5 squared. Oh, big issue here. I only have half the circle. So that does give me the area of the circle. But semi, and very clearly in the picture, we only have half of the circle. So after I do pi times 6.5 squared, I get 132.7, but I need to multiply that by 0.5 or divide by 2 to get the final area of the circle, 66.37 feet. In our unit right now is feet squared because I've multiplied 2 dimensions. 13 by 20 for the rectangle gives me 260 feet squared. So my total area of the driveway would be that 260 plus 66.37 feet squared. So for a total, like any total, I'm simply adding these two numbers. And that puts us again at about 326.37 feet squared. Okay. I'm going to pour the concrete 3 inches deep. So I've got 3 inches over 12 feet. This number needs to, I'm pouring it to that depth. And the conversion between inches and feet is dividing by 12 there. So I times by 3 and divide by 12 on my calculator, or times by 3/12, or times by 1/4. The volume is 81.59 cubic feet. And it might seem a little bit silly that the volume is actually smaller than the area, but again, we're talking about how many cubic inches end up fitting in that space. Cubic feet, excuse me. Okay. So next part, I need to turn the cubic feet into cubic yards. And I do that in one or two ways. My preferred way, all right, 1 yard per 3 feet, 1 yard per 3 feet, and 1 yard by 3 feet. The reason I need to do that, I need to cancel out cubic feet. And if you stop and think about it, all right, there's square feet. That would be a cubic foot. Well, right here, this 1 foot corresponds to a third of a yard, which is ultimately the fraction that we're multiplying by. Or better yet, cubic yard would be bigger, right? So that 1 yard right there corresponds to 3 feet. And then this yard of depth corresponds to 3 feet. So we really have 3 times 3. And then we have the height of the thing where 1 yard corresponds with 3 feet. So we got to cancel out the 3 feet, the cubic feet 3 times. So what's that mean? Ultimately, on my calculator, I get that 81.59-ish divided by 3, divided by 3, divided by 3. And now what we have left, yards to the third power, 3.02 cubic yards. I would have to round that up to have enough, a quarter yard or 0.25s. I need to order 3.25 cubic yards times $180. Gives me a final answer of $585 to pour concrete to cover that driveway to a depth of 3 inches. Hope this helps.